What's up, everyone? It's your boy MS Racing 42, aka Nathan Safety here, and welcome everyone to Homestead Miami Speedway for the final qualifying race of Season 2 of the NIRA M&M's Truck Series. This is the final qualifying race on the season. 16 laps of action, gonna go by really fast like it has been, but this is a night of first and last. The last race of M&M sponsoring the Truck Series. The last race for these part-timers to try and make it into a Truck Series race on the season. And a lot is on the line here tonight as we crown a first-time ever champion in the M&M's Truck Series. I'm not alone for this one. I'm joined by Napa fan here in the booth.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting night here, especially when we get to the official race. But I'm intrigued to see who's going to make it in here for the part-time trucks. And they're going to have a good race here to see who makes it in. One last time they make it into the show. One last opportunity to race victory this year.
Yeah, and it's happened one time where a part-time truck has won, and that was at Texas World. So who knows? They've been pretty strong recently. The past two races, a part-time truck has finished third. So, there's a lot on the line for these guys. One last shot, like you said, we'll possibly gain a win here in the M&M's Truck Series. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get the engines fired for the final qualifying race of Season 2 of the M&M's Truck Series. What a command, and we are set to go racing for the final heat race on the season. It's been a pretty good season for the first time ever for the NIRA having part-time trucks in qualifying races. Had a couple flips, had a couple crashes, and it all comes down to this 16 trucks, 16 laps, but only the top 6 will advance into the NIRA 200. Mark Davidson will start on the pole alongside Quinton Moore, Clark McKee in third, and then Jeff Scott in fourth. Actually, no, that's Trey White in fourth, and then Eric Monaco in fifth. So if for one of these part-time trucks, what do you have to do knowing that this is the last chance for them to possibly make a race in the M&M's Truck Series this season?
Yeah, they're going to go all out for this one. I don't think there's any playing Mr. Nice Guy here tonight. Just got to go out there and try to advance your way in. Because this is your last chance. If you don't make it here, your season is done. And I'm sure a lot of these guys will not want to end their seasons here tonight in this part-time race.
Yeah, really too. A lot of them want to get one more win this season. Mark Davidson and Quinton Moore, the final qualifying race of Season 2 of the NIRA M&M's Truck Series is green at Homestead. And Clark McKee will lead lap number 1. And here comes Quinton Moore in the zero, going to the race lead, at least trying to, but he can't because of that extreme outside lane that Clark McKee took in turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, Clark McKee recently won a Turkey Hill Series race here. I'm not trying to plug my series, but I think it's kind of interesting. He recently won a race at this very racetrack, so I would not be surprised if he could pull off this race victory in this part-time race.
Yeah, sometimes if you commit in other stuff, that can lead into success in other leagues. But Quinton Moore, he's not had a good season when it comes to these part-time races. Every time, it's always something for him, and he either finishes 7th or 8th. He just finishes outside the top 6, so I'm sure he wants to finally make it into the finale here tonight, as that's almost full wide in the back.
Someone getting shuffled out of line right there. I believe that's the 04. Sayer Diaz. That's not what you want. This is a short race, and it's a tough place to work your way from the back to the front. I know it's only a 16-truck field, but as you can see, those two guys up front, they've kind of deadlocked the top positions, and doesn't look like there's much movement going on up front here at Homestead.
Yeah, not at all. Sometimes they can go 2 and 3, and sometimes 4 wide, but for the top 3 rows, top 6, 3 rows deep, has just been double filed the same way that we started. But Johnny Garner trying to make that third lane work and move his way up through this field.
You got the number 1 right there, Eric Monaco behind the 0 of Quentin Moore. He's staying right with the 1 for now, and I think that's a good idea to advance on for Eric Monaco. You just want to stay right behind him. Because it does appear that if you try to break that good run on the inside lane, then you're probably going to suffer as well, because it's really hard to work the inside lane here at Homestead, at least that far down. So I'd imagine if you want to advance your way on, and if you're Eric Monaco, you just want to stay right behind the 0, maybe until the final lap of the race, and maybe try to get the win. But that's not what they're here for. They're here to advance onto the main race. You definitely don't want to get eliminated from competing in the final race of the season.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want to do what Alex Bonsignor did at Phoenix last time out, getting T-bumped by the 17, which ironically enough they are nose to tail right behind each other. And Bonsignor got sent sliding upside down at Phoenix as we have a 3-wide battle for the race lead.
And Monaco's trying there, but didn't work out for him. But he's going to be able to stay behind Quentin Moore here. He's just trying to see what he can do, I think. Trying to advance to that race lead position. You got the 19 making a move there to the inside. Johnny Gardner to the inside of Dillon's in the 7, but he couldn't work the inside there. But Monaco's pushed the 0 past the 27, and he's going to the inside for the race lead.
Clark McKee has been one of the fastest trucks when it comes to these qualifying races, and he's showing it. I thought he was going to make it 3 wide for race lead, but every time that happens, the guy on the very top side just zooms on by.
So Quentin Moore leading this race still in the number 0 machine, but Clark McKee's now back on the inside of the 87 of Mark Davidson. He did not fall back. That was a good move there out of Clark McKee, trying to keep himself in the transferring position. But nice job out of the 27, knocking himself in that way outside lane and falling all the way back. We've seen a couple of trucks do so tonight.
Yeah, it's a fine line. 2 or 3 grooves is where you want to be. You don't want to be on the very bottom or the very top. And right now it's working out pretty good. Clark McKee 21 a little bit lower, but that's not helping him out at all. Quentin Moore got a massive one, and he's going to be 4 or 5 truck lengths ahead with 7 laps to go.
Yeah, Quentin Moore looks like he's got this track figured out pretty well. Now the question is, who transfers on? You know, watch for this guy's in that transfer position right there.
Right now 3 wide between Gardner, Dillon's, and Trey White, all battling for that transfer spot in these 3 positions.
Just right behind where they need the transfer here, but if they're in a good position to possibly work that outside on somebody and get a run, they want to be in the position to make that move when it happens, but right now, going side by side like this is not going to help them out. 27 going to try for the transfer position right there. Clark McKee on the 87.
And right now, the top 6, the last guy that would be in would be the 38 of Trey White, but that might not be for long as Johnny Garner is trying to take that last spot with 5 laps to go.
It's going to be a tight battle for that last transfer position, but we're also going to have a tight battle for the race win here. You got Eric Monaco looking to the inside of Quentin Moore. Next time by, only 4 laps to go, and Monaco's been trailing behind this entire night. We'll have to see if he can get that run on the 0 and possibly get this race victory. He's got a good advantage on the inside there. He might slide up and get the 0 in the marbles and going to take the position away. Monaco to the race lead.
And Davidson might follow right behind him and try to take second away with 4 laps to go.
Side by side for second right there.
Quentin Moore with one on the outside lane should be able to regain that second position, and he will. Pretty much the clash has happened at here at Homestead, but Quentin Moore trying to take the race lead once again, and he's going to possibly get it here going into turn 1.
As you're looking to the inside there with now 3 laps to go. Quentin Moore wants to get this race victory, but they got to be careful not to wreck. I don't think they're going to have to worry about that. They've been racing a very clean race so far, but you got to be careful not to wreck in these final few laps if you're in the top 6 already, because then that means you're probably not going to advance onto the race. But Johnny Gardner right now holding onto that last transfer position. Watch out for the 9 machine of Tyler Fink right behind him. Great run there from the 42 of Jeff Scott as well. I watch out for those guys.
And this time by the last guy that had the last spot was Johnny Gardner. So everyone is trying to get by Johnny Gardner right now to get that last transfer spot. Meanwhile, Quentin Moore is still out front, and Trey White is now up to second.
We have to see what these guys can do here. I watch out for that final transfer spot. Gardner still has it, but Fink might get a run to the inside here on this final lap. He's side by side right now at the 7. Gonna be tight for that last transfer position.
1.5 miles left. Gardner trying to create some more space and maybe get by the 87 and the 27. But I don't think that's going to happen. Tyler Fink is going to have one more shot at it going into 3 and 4.
There goes the 9. He's going to push Gardner. He's not going to get it. Got a little loose there through the corner, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Quentin Moore, though, will win this race here at Homestead. He'll advance on.
And so will Trey White, Eric Monaco, Clark McKee, Mark Davidson, and Johnny Gardner will all advance to the final M&M Truck Series race on the season. And for everyone else from Tyler Fink on back, they will have to wait till next season to make it into a Truck Series race. An unfortunate break for Tyler Fink on down, but Tyler Fink just couldn't make the move. Johnny Gardner blocked that move that Tyler Fink was going to do, and that was what helped him to advance. So Quentin Moore, Trey White, Eric Monaco, Clark McKee, Mark Davidson, and Johnny Gardner will all transfer in to the NIRA 200 presented by M&M's here tonight. And then for Fink, Scott, Dillons, Miles, Hamid, Bonsignor, Diaz, Ream, Smith, and Nanico, they will not make it into tonight's event. So, thank you guys so much for watching here at Homestead, Miami. Just less than an hour from now, it will be the championship finale for the M&M Truck Series. Who will win the final M&M Truck Series race, and who will win the season number 2 M&M Truck Series championship. We will have a new champion. Will it be from the one and only veteran in the Final Four, Eli Bright, or will it be one of the 3 rookies? We have to wait and see. But thanks for Napa fan for joining me up in the booth, and he will be back for the main event for the NIRA 200 later on tonight. And until then, I will see you guys later. Bye.